Hi guys, it's Miss Lynn from the Action Arts and Science program at the Washington Pavilion, and we've got another art project in our Move It unit. And this one is going to be a repetitive pattern. And so we're going to take some stencils and we're going to repeat them on our paper to show kind of movement. These are, most of these are animal stencils, and so it'll look like the animals are moving across the page. But it also shows repetition and pattern. And so we're gonna start with, it's gonna look like this when you're finished, but we're gonna start with just a plain piece of paper, and you'll be able to pick your stencil. There's a whole bunch of different animals and things to choose from. This one is a fish that I did my example with. And this one is actually a plant from the ocean. So this is gonna be kind of a different stencil repeating project, but I thought this would be a fun one to show you because it's big. So the first thing I'm gonna do is tape my paper to the table so that it doesn't move while I'm doing my painting. And you don't need a lot of tape, but you just wanna keep it from moving while you're working. Okay, and we are going to be using some tempera paint, and we're going to be using them in almost like bingo marker bottles. These are called dauber bottles, and so the paint will squeeze out the top when you tap it on the paper. So I'm going to start on one side. We want to make sure that you don't start in the middle because then you might spread the paint as you go, and you're going to do just the edge of the stencil so that you get some of the white from the paper showing through. Just gonna keep tapping. I'm not tapping real hard. You could see at the beginning I pushed a little bit too hard and got a lot of paint, so that's something you'd want to avoid. Gonna keep just going around the pattern. Okay, I'm gonna peel that off carefully. There's my first one. I'm gonna do another green one, and then I'm gonna change color. We're just gonna go around the edge. You can tell that the second time through the paint is coming out faster. So now I'm going even lighter than before so that I don't get too much paint. Okay, I'm gonna pull that one up. And then I'm going to change color, and so I want to wipe off this green paint, and you can just take a paper towel and kind of wipe this all off. If you wanted to keep it on and mix your colors, you certainly could. This is your project, and you can do it that way if you want. I'm going to sort of overlap this one and use a different color. I'm sticking with cool colors for this, for my example, so blues and greens and purples. And this is one that I haven't used yet, and so I need to kind of prime it, is what they call. So you kind of get the paint flowing by just pushing down. There we go. And I'm gonna overlap this, so it's gonna look a little bit different than that fish example that I made. Some of the stencils that you might get to choose from are zoo animals. There's some dinosaurs, bunch of different interesting shapes and animals. So I'll be anxious to see pictures of what you guys create, how you show movement in your project. Yep. There we go. I'm going to pull this one up. So then I've got kind of an overlap, and I could continue on with more of the colors. If you're going to use white, that's one that you should do towards the end because the white will not show up on the white paper very well, but if you overlapped it with one of the other colors, then it would show up. Once you're finished with the whole thing, if you wanted to mount it on some construction paper and frame it, you sure could. You could trim around the edge, or you could even just offset it like that so that it has kind of a frame around it to give it a little pop of color and bring some of those colors out that's inside your painting. So I look forward to seeing some pictures of what you guys have created.